The days of whittling away at a piece of wood to engrave it by hand are gone at Dodge State Prison.
Yeah, we start with the image in a 2D view, something we import and we can adjust it, we can add text. 3D view, and you enter all your tool paths of how you want to engrave it, preview it, and see what it is supposed to look like when it's done.
That's now been replaced with the sound of beeping machines that can show you what the wood piece will look like before it's even created. The offenders at Dodge State Prison create wood furniture, file cabinets, picnic tables, and do engravings.
We have requests for certain things like the state seals, Supreme Court seals. It's becoming more of what we do. Recently, we built the governor's office and his staff, we built all their furniture.
ROWLAND says the machine has changed the game.
14 years ago, it was mostly using regular furniture, like equipment like table saws and miter saws and drills. We have a few larger machines now that are more complex and produce different things.
Now they have a machine called the Computer Numerical Control, or CNC. It uses the images and vectors to translate an image digitally to the machine to make it come to life. Once the digital version of the product is created, you set the coordinates, print a job summary, and watch the wood creation come to form.
He's putting the cutter bit in. Now he's got to set, again, the coordinates based on the workpiece. He'll set the X and Y, which is forward and backwards, left and right. He's going to set it on that corner of the workpiece. Put that protective shroud that goes around the cutter. About 4 minutes on the first part.
Offender Stephen Wallace and some of the staff are the only ones currently trained on how to use the machine.
They hadn't been doing a whole lot of engraving that I knew of before. They did do some, they done it by hand. And this machine cuts all the guesswork out of that part.
He says it's the type of work he's already familiar with.
I've never liked to sit, so yeah, I wanted to do something. Like I've done woodwork on the street, so it's pretty natural to me.
Offender James REESE is in the chair department. He says he enjoys the variety of things they get to make.
Like today, we're building a different chair. We don't always do the same thing. That's what's so great about it. We do chairs, couches, love seats, beds, birdhouses.
REESE says it takes about 7 hours of labor to create a wooden rocking chair from scratch. The rest of the time is used to ensure the wood shaping process and drying time are complete.
Well, from getting the wood, cutting it out, shaping it, sanding it, about 2 days, because then we get the rock in it a little bit before we bring it back to get stained and stuff like that. And it's just fun, building them.
He says before coming to Dodge State Prison, he'd never done any woodwork. Now he's earned a skill to utilize when he's released.
It's beneficial because if you have never worked in a wood shop, you can take this on the street and get a trade from it. You learn something from it.
Technology, now helping to whittle away the time it takes to create a woodworking masterpiece. Cassandra Ortiz for the Georgia Department of Corrections.